Shalom. It's the brother Azariah back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings. Salutations, Shalom to the sincere Akim and Akwath, listening and learning. So this Republic Bank, they about to get bailed out by the FDIC. And remember early last year around this same time, around like March, April, a lot of banks started collapsing and they were bought out by the bigger banks like Chase and Bank of America, the banks like that. So we saw at that time that these larger corporations are consolidating these smaller, more private banks. And this is all being done for what? Well, we already know that we're in the midst of a great reset, that they about to reset the whole system. They've been talking about and warning of cyber attacks that are going to come, that are going to affect the banking sector, that's going to affect the way that people buy and sell. So what you're seeing now is that larger banks, they're consolidating, they're absorbing these privately owned banks because the system which we're moving into, they don't want you to have any kind of ability to operate outside of the beast, okay, which all these institutions are connected to the beast, but they want everything to be centralized. That's the point. Once everything is centralized, you're pretty much going to be dealing directly with the Fed system, okay? So there is, the way they want to set it up, there is going to be no escape for you to be a private owned bank or have private stocks or anything like that. No, everything is going to be centralized to the beast, which is, we know that this is leading to the MOTB, which, they're going to roll out very, very soon. They've, pretty much the whole world is on this digital wave in which, multiple nations, majority of nations, as a matter of fact, they're moving to a digital currency, okay? And the same thing is going to happen in America. When you look at what's going on in Australia, they pretty much calling to be completely cashless now. So cash in Australia is being phased out in favor of a completely digital social credit score system, which you're going to see in America real soon to come. Regulators seize troubled Philadelphia bank, Republic First. Let's get into it. It says here, regulators seized the troubled Philadelphia bank, Republic First Bank Corp, and sold it to fellow regional lender, Fulton Financial, the fourth high-profile bank failure since last spring. The bank was closed by the Pennsylvania state regulator on Friday and sold after an auction run by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corp, confirming an earlier report by the Wall Street Journal. Republic First faced some of the same problems as the three regional banks that failed last year. Paper losses on bonds that lost value as interest rates rose, and high proportions of uninsured deposits that can quickly flee. All right, it says here, Fulton said the deal would nearly double its size in the Philadelphia market, and all the Republic First branches would reopen as Fulton at their regularly scheduled hours. Okay, so bottom line is, like I said, these larger corporations, the FDIC, they're bailing out and consolidating these private banks. All right, because this all plays into bowing the knee to the image of the beast. All right, as it says in Revelation 13, that none might buy or sell save he that had the mark. And guess what? All these banks that are being absorbed by the larger corporations, they are all going to push the MOT to the B. Okay, because what you have, you'll have certain banks that only operate in certain states. Okay, but they're not centralized. So with all these privately owned banks that are in different states that go under different names and are run differently, they're all being phased out. Okay, so this is what you're seeing. And when you go here, Got this pulled up as well. It says millions of Android users warn of chilling attack. They can see everything on their screen and leave accounts empty. Okay, so again, this is a warning of cyber attacks that are coming down the pipeline. You've already been seeing some over the past few months, but they're about to ramp up. Okay, because these elites are setting up a scenario to where they've even came out. Whistleblowers have said that they're actually going to freeze people out of their bank accounts. Okay, they're not going to be able to withdraw money or deposit, nothing of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much people going to be stuck. Getting into it. It says Android users have been warned of a fresh cyber threat that can see everything on their screen before raiding their accounts. The chilling spyware can capture touches, swipes, information display, text input, and applications open, according to experts at Threat Fabric. They say it poses a significant threat to the banking industry because what do people have? People have banking apps on their phone that they, put their login information to, and they're able to see their account right on the phone. Okay, well, if hackers get in there, not only can you see, but they can also see, what you got and what your password is, and easily get up in there, hack your account, and pretty much clean it out. This is what they're warning about. Let me jump down. It says here, the malware has been called Brokewell and is said to be in quote active development with new commands added almost daily. Brokewell will likely be promoted on underground channels as a rental service, attracting the interest of other cyber criminals and sparking new campaigns targeting different regions. Malware families like Brokewell pose a significant risk for customers of financial institutions, leading to successful fraud cases that are hard to detect without proper fraud detection measures. So you know what? You can wake up one day and they tell you, hey, Bank of America is down. Hey, Chase is down. Hey, Truist is a down. People can't access their money. They can't access their account. Everything's frozen. How much chaos is gonna ensue from that alone? All right. How much chaos is gonna come from that? Which we know this is what the elites want. They want a chaotic scenario that they can bring order to. This is what the whole Great Reset agenda is all about. Put people in a squeeze. Then once they've had enough of the squeeze, they can no longer endure it. You bring your solution and they will readily accept because people are going to be worn out at that point. They're just going to be seeking for some sort of relief no matter what it looks like. Understand? So when they do, bring these, cyber attacks that are going to affect the grid, they're going to justify it by saying, hey, people's accounts are not safe with the way that we have things now. We need a new system to be put in place to where everything can be secured. Okay, which that's going to come in the form of the MOTB that they're going to insert in your right hand or in your forehead, as it is outlined in Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right, that's going to be seen as a safety measure because they say, oh, well, people can hack your phone, but they can't hack your chip. You see, but the whole time, that's all, that's all, false. That's all fraudulent because they can hack your chip. All right. The powers that be, if you say anything or do anything deemed offensive, then they can turn your chip right off. So really, who has the control? Really, who is it more convenient for? Is it more convenient for you or is it more convenient for them? Of course, it's more convenient for them because if they're under the skin, they can control everything about you. All right. They can control your very life and your very well-being. You see? So it goes on to talk about safety measures. That's not important. But let's jump here. Okay, let's go to 1 Corinthians 7, And let's start at 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. So we're in a time where we have to understand that we're going to have to leave the things of this world behind. Okay, this is why the scriptures tell us to be as pilgrims upon the earth. Okay, because really, we don't have a set home. We were sent to the four corners of the earth to suffer punishment. You understand? So America, this is not our home. This is not our rest. Brothers and sisters that's in Europe or Western Asia, as the elder Malcolm has been bringing out, that's not our rest. That's not our home. We were dispersed because we were disobedient to the Most High, but our redemption draws nigh, and the signs of the times lets us know that. So we have to understand that this is not, our place where we're gonna dwell forever, but there is going to come a time that's fastly approaching in which we're going to have to leave the things of this world behind. Okay, to hell with a bank account, to hell with a house, to hell with a car, to hell with all of that, because all of it is vanity anyway. It can easily be replaced. You see, this is what the scripture is saying. Verse 30, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. Verse 31, and they that use this world is not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. Yeah, so we're supposed to use this world, but not abuse it. And so in layman's terms, go out, it's nothing wrong with having a job, because of course we have to get our daily bread, you know. And the Lord said that by the sweat of thy brow, shalt thou eat. So we have to work to earn our daily bread, but at the same time understanding that we're not supposed to abuse this world. So we're not supposed to put our wholehearted belief into this world, because why? The fashion of it is passing away. So understanding that we're not always going to have a bank account, we're not always going to have a job. You see, a lot of people, even as we speak, a lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of corporations are closing down stores because the economy is about to collapse. You see, so really, all that's in this world is all vanity. All right, it was only good for a short season, but we're in a season now where the fashion of it is about to be done. All right, there's about to be a new fashion that's set up. Okay, which ultimately, Esau, he's gonna bring about his NWO, but that's gonna be short lived as well. But after that, that's gonna be taken down, and the kingdom of heaven is gonna be set up. That's gonna be the Israelites' rest. All right, that's gonna be our everlasting, comfort. But this world, this ain't it. Verse 32, but I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. Verse 33, but he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. There's a difference also between a wife and a virgin. Okay, so we're ultimately supposed to be inclined towards Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're not supposed to be worried about how we gonna eat and how we gonna put clothes on our back and where we gonna sleep. Listen, man, all we gotta do is seek Yahweh Shemel Shai, and he's gonna bless us in all things. All right, the Lord already knows what we need, and he's not gonna leave his faithful out to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord taking care of us right now. So how much more in the time of calamity and chaos? Is the Lord gonna forsake you then? No, man. Okay. If you're sincere and you're serving the Lord to the best of your ability, the Lord is going to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is even right now. Matthew chapter 6 and 19, it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through, and steal. Yeah, so these banks, all right, and people have no idea about this. Okay, only those that are watching and that pay attention to the news and the information that's coming out, only they're privy to what's really about to go down. Because even now, you have a lot of people go to these banks and and they've pretty much cleaned out their accounts. They've taken out, all of their assets that are in these banks because they understand that there's going to be a collapse, that there's going to be a cyber attack in these banks. So, they're, being prudent, foreseeing the evil, and they're hiding themselves. All right. But the problem with the people of this world is they're not hiding themselves, in the secret place of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They're trusting in their own carnality. They're trusting in the strength of the flesh, which is ultimately going to amount to nothing. You see, this is why, as the true believers, we're supposed to store up Salakia. We're supposed to store up our treasures in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, because that's going to be what our everlasting rest. That's where we're going to have our full contentment. What I'm saying? But this world, if you put your stock and your full contentment into this world, then at the end, when it's all said and done, you're going to be disappointed because the money's going to be dried up, the jobs are going to be dried up, the food is going to be dried up, everything going to be dried up. You know what I'm saying? As we just read, the fashion of this world is passing away, and then, what I'm saying, you have the element of thieves that can break in and steal what you have. Okay, so even your, earthly possessions that you may have, a car, house, all these things, are subject to be destroyed and, ultimately will be destroyed. You see, especially in America, Babylon the Great. But what? Verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. See that? So we're supposed to store up our treasures where nothing can destroy it. Okay, which ultimately, our treasure, our kingdom lies in the kingdom that Yahweh Shai is going to bring upon the earth. We understand that we just passing through this place, man. This is not a permanent situation for us. That's the good thing. The good thing for the hopeful elect is that we have hope of something better. We understand that, this current world is not the end all be all. There's light at the end of the tunnel for us, but for the people of this world and 2/3 Jakes, this is it for them. You know what I'm saying? This is it for them. There is no hope beyond this place. This is their end all be all. Which is a sad situation, but it is what it is at the end of the day. The Lord has, opened up our minds and our spirit to be able to receive and believe upon a greater promise. Okay, in which, we're finally gonna, not have to slave anymore. We're not gonna have to deal with all the BS that this world has to offer. We're finally gonna be at peace. You see, because right now this earth, under the vibration of Esau is in chaos. You see, and things are only getting worse by the day. Demons jumping on people. You seeing, people drop dead left and right from the juice. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? The people of this world are through and they don't have no hope, but we do. You see, so these banks, they're going to continue to collapse. And real soon, you're going to see the digital payment system completely take over. All right. So this is just a quick update. Lord willing, this was edifying. In closing, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. And until next time, shalom to the elect.